They came at night. They outnumbered us, with greater numbers and greater weapons. They laid siege to everything I knew, and everyone. They hunted us like dogs. They tracked us. They fought us to the bitter end. And when I was the last, after my last friend fell in the battle, I ran. Somewhere in this journey, I will find a new home. Somewhere I will find safe haven.
And welcome back to the bunker. Welcome to the hole in the ground that I am calling home. Let me give you the basic tour around. Since the last time we had spoke, it's been basically mine and grind. You know how that stuff goes. Give you the basic concept of what I've been able to carve out. What we have here is my tree room. This is what I've been doing to get wood supply down at, well, y equals 11. This is my very ugly, very horrible storage system. No automation. My primary food supply, the good old-fashioned chicken cooker. But it's still working. I love this new 1.14 memory that furnaces have. This is how I've been keeping a little bit of mending going on. Thanks to, I should probably show you here. Thanks to ye old glorious AFK Fish Farm, I have managed to fish out like 2 mending books. Anything in here? Flame, loyalty, placing. I go through this lightly. For the record, I have a stackable item filter. So this is all non-stackables, and then this is the remainder of the stackable stuff. Over here is a little bit of sorted stuff. No end of the world, nothing rock star here, power. Okay, so the main way I've been fixing my picks is, drop it in, simple hopper lock to get something to catch into there, and yes, fish. All of the fish that I've caught through the AFK farm I've thrown in here for no other reason than the XP. And you notice with the hopper lock, it's actually staying in there. So if we'll take a notice here, that is 585 in the orange. So if we pull one out, that goes up now to 841. Not bad. So take a look around here. I love the grindstone. That's another great source of XP. If you haven't thought of this before, let me show it to you here. So where's the stuff with the really curse of vanishing? Perfect. Give me some curses that I really... Let's get the red lines. Anything here? Some good bows. Curse of vanishing. Perfect. Go through. What's flashing red? And the curses. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Anything in here? Vanishing. Perfect. Looking for the red, looking for the red, looking for the red line. Okay, everything else we'll deal with it later. This is just something I want to show you. I think a lot of people figure this out, but in case you haven't, drop it in, strip it off, check that out. Okay. Drop it in. Yep. So what are we up to now? We're up to 981. Also, don't know about fishing rods. We'll try fishing rods. I know for a fact that bows will burn. They don't burn much, but I like to use everything I can. Give you the rest of the tour here. This whole area here is eventually going to become my major storage area. But I need to get a lot of iron and stuff set up for that. We've gone old school, some basic crops here. Doing the good old-fashioned bud-powered pumpkin generator. Went with pumpkins first because I'm going to be making a slime farm soon. Obviously I need the pumpkins for the jack-o'-lanterns. And then to work on getting my enchanting library up, we've got good old-fashioned reed farm going. Again, standard bud power stuff, yep. And I'm aware of this issue, but I don't have the slime yet to make a lossless one. But it's not been too bad to me. And then we've got your good old-fashioned, I'm alternating wheat and potatoes, because potatoes are what I found. I haven't found carrots yet. But considering it's getting me going, we're doing okay. Let's see here. This here, reference, this grid here, lava, where you see this corner line here, this is the slime chunk. And of course the slime farm going with the 3 block over. So as you see some of these sandstone lines here, that's just reference points I've laid out here to remind me where I'm going to go with the actual farm itself as I grow things. But that is going to be going up to level 40 or so. I just haven't been able to get that knocked out yet. Take a look here. F3G. New base, people always have a question about how do you mine. Okay, well, let's talk about this. I go with, try to do an efficient concept here. 100 blocks that way, 100 blocks that way, and then every 11 blocks is where I do a strip. Just a corridor down the path here, not a strip, a branch mine. And then as you take a look here, you do a poke hole there, and while I'm here, ooh, missed something. Goody goody gumdrops. There we are. And since I'm in a single player world, I'll show you how that winds up usually working out here. Gonna have to go into turn my creative on. Alright, so go into spectator to give you a view of how that works. Because I think that'll be the best to show you how this approach generally winds up. So when you do 11 distance from each other, and then I try to skip 3 in every 4th hole, every 4th block is what I go in, and you get a pretty effective ratio of mines blocked to mines viewed. And since I'm going down the line, I do the vertical uprises as well. Between that, I've been able then to find and access a lot of the local caves. And you can see that in the cave network, I've been able to get things pretty well lit up. That reminds me, I came across a happy little surprise when I was working here. Let me get back where I was here. There we are. Sometimes I like single player. Okay. When I was dropping in the skylight for my AFK fish farm, I came across a happy little surprise. What's that look like? Yep, that is your mossy cobblestone, which is a sure sign of a spawner. What? You punk. I'm in the middle of recording, and you bug me? Die! Take a look here real quick. That's probably where he came from. There we are. After lighting up the caves, they get a little desperate and they'll find any square inch of dark and they'll take it. But if they're doing that, that's usually a good indication that you've got your caves lit up pretty well. I'm actually kind of surprised because I haven't lit my top side up for anything. So I'm kind of surprised they're that concentrated. But I've been turning this into a very basic like level Skelly Farm, just kind of running this. And we all know that while this technically works, we can make this a lot better. So since I managed to fish out a couple of mending books, and I'm kind of limited on what I can do by what I can repair, this is my project for today. Is I'm going to see if I can turn this, actual spawner into a full-on out Skelly Farm. Stay tuned. To multitasking then. While that above me despawns, I'm going back down to get the stuff I've already harvested, and also catch the stuff that drops directly on top of me. I'll take it. The death. Alright, so I was climbing up my ladder. I accidentally took a drink, slipped off the side, somehow missed the water onto the concrete. Furthermore, my armor was literally been taking a beating because I've been operating off of the first line of iron armor that you work off. My helmet was gone a day or so ago. My leggings and my chest plate were on their last legs. That fall killed them. Let's suit up. Alright, I'm not going to be able to enchant it much for anything, but I can at least make some basic diamond armor here. So, chest plate, just the one. Not going to make 4 of you. Helmet, the leggings. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I've got a feather falling. I'm going to be up and down that ladder so much, I want to actually survive. I could have sworn I saw a feather falling. Doesn't have to be 4, just feather falling 4. I'll take it. The question is, I don't think I've got enough XP to enchant it over. Survey says no. Okay. To grind or not to grind? That is the question. I say grind, but I'll edit it out and save you the pain. So let's get back to see what does an overnight AFK session look like. Okay, so Dubstrider, mending, yes. Get some armor on mending, yes. Piercing, mending, okay, so Dubstrider, piercing, quick charge, flame, and Dubstrider. Don't forget to check your hoppers. I wonder, can I put a Fortune 2 on a Fortune 2 to get my Fortune 3? I honestly don't remember. Aqua Affinity, Fortune 2. We'll experiment. That's potentially good for my sword. So a little tip when you're trying to look at using something like a bunch of books from your AFK farm to plan out your armor. Get yourself a chest and just lay everything out. Take a look at how you want to put it together. If you take a look here, now I don't know if I've got the levels to do this all now, but I can leave them in the chest and we can figure it out later. So we've got obviously the helmet, which has a solid thing for respiration and aqua affinity. Probably the respiration first. We're looking then at chest plate, which I like fire protection on. I know I've got a sharpness 3 over here, but if you look over here, and this is part of why I do this, I've got a sharpening 3 with sweeping edge. Okay, you know, and with this you can kind of play with it. So I've got 3 sweeping edges here. This one also has a sharpness 3. This is just efficiency 4, which wouldn't be bad on a pick or something, but I've never seen the advantage of efficiency on a sword. And then of course just sharpness 3. Well, then I can just, okay, well, I'm going to put that away. Depth strider for boots, protection for that. I'm going to see if I can upgrade this from Fortune 2 to Fortune 3. I don't know. We will see. Efficiency 4, Mending Silk Touch. I'm not seeing anything that would really add to that. And then we're looking at Mending. I have a priority of putting Mending onto my tools first because since they're my tools, they are the stuff that take the beating for me. I eventually, as I get the Mending books, will put it on everything, but tools have the priority for me. I can tell by the sound. One of my favorite side effects of this area is a slime check also. This is how I've gotten early access slime for some of those sticky pistons. Come on. Come on. Come on. Who wants some? Who wants a piece? You! You want a piece? I didn't think so. encounter. And for my Skelly Spawner, you'll look below. What are trees doing underground? Well, that's my basic 1.0 tree farm. So, I'm not too concerned about it because, as I just stated, this is 1.0. So I don't mind taking this out a little bit because now that I have the bones from the Skelly Farm, the medium stage plan was actually to make a you know more industrial tree farm, something piston powered, bone meal powered, that sort of thing. So I don't mind necessarily getting out of it. I just didn't realize how close to this I was putting the storage unit for the Skelly Farm. But if this is the greatest challenge I run into, I'm not going to be too concerned. So, one of those glorious little things of when you're playing Minecraft. The whole game plan here of the bunker was to keep as much as possible, as close as possible. But it looks like I've gotten things too close. Stick with me. I'll get this all cleaned up.
Alright, well, welcome back to the Skelly Farm. As you can tell, I think it turned out pretty decent. More to the point, I can keep my tools all nice and fixed. There we are. Now, one thing I have encountered while building this farm is I went through a bit of iron trying to get the sorting system back there up and running. And I didn't even use all of it, and I still don't have these. I've only got like the top row of each one going, which gives me time. But the main thing is I actually need to be able to have more iron. Thought that was going to work better. Going on. So, what I need to do now is work through, and I'll give you the walkthrough of what I've done for decor so far. Trying to go with a little bit of a mineshaft theme, but I wanted more room, so we're working that out. And I'm gonna get myself set up here to get an iron farm, a 1.14 iron farm. Now the problem with an iron farm is first I need villagers, and to get villagers that means I need a villager farm. And to get a villager farm, I need space. So the next project for the bunker is I need to dig another hole. So you get... That is, however, something I'm going to save for the next episode. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm Commander Tom, and I will see you next mine.